Hey, hey, hey. Happy Leadership Tip Tuesday. How y'all doing out there? I can't wait to connect. I'm going to give you a couple seconds. I'd like to say minutes, but I really mean seconds to jump on and join us, right? Awesome. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Cammie Pentecost Dempsey here, and I am so excited to connect with you tonight. So, let's go ahead and share this into your groups. Let's get ready to rock and roll. It's going to be a good night for sure. Let's see. Can we do this? Okay. Oh my goodness. Now you see everything. You see everything I got in front of me. I don't know that I like that, but okay. All right, here we go. Nope, don't love that. This is what happens when you go live. You get the real, raw, edited version. And listen, tonight we're going to try something special. So I'm going to be putting my phone number in the link because I'm going to take a couple live calls tonight. If what we're talking about brings some questions to mind, we're going to go live about that. So can't promise there won't be kids running in or chaos because that's how we roll around here. I'm a real mom, working my business from home, real people getting real results. So that's what it's all about, right? Okay. So with that said, happy Tuesday. NCAA is not going on right now, so we can pause in the mass chaos of March Madness and we can get focused on our business. Hi, Lisa. All right. So what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, let's just say this. First of all, jump on, say your name, where you're from. Let's get this shared in your groups. If you aren't already following me for my live broadcasts, make sure you're doing that now. Oh yeah, we're filling up. I love it. See, listen, I got my phone right here. And that's because I'm going to give you my number here a little bit later and have you call me directly. We're going to try and go live a little bit tonight. We're going to see who has real questions. I'm excited. So, hi, Nikki. We've got people jumping on right now. Hi, Ty. Say hello, where you're from. Shannon, hello. Oh my gosh. What am I going to do? Okay. All right, so here we go. I am a firm believer that everyone communicates, but few connect. And I even believe more that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So when I walk into a room, there's a couple things that go through my mind. Whether there's one person in that room, a group of people in that room, no matter what the case might be, it's how can I make them feel like the most important person in the world? And I don't mean that in an inauthentic way. I mean that in the most authentic way possible. Like, how can I do my homework before I walk in the room? I'm thinking of that rap party with the host. I'm stalking her Facebook page, her Instagram page, and I'm finding out everything I can to know about them. So when I walk in that room, I know some likes, some wants, some needs, and I might even know some hates, right? I feel like if we're not listening, then we're talking too much and then we're not connecting. And I think one of the biggest things about this business that makes us the most successful is how we connect. So today is all about, how to close the sale for sure, but I believe that begins from the very beginning with how we're connecting, how we're relating, and that's how we're making people feel. So, listen, I'm a big believer in visualizing. So before I walk into any room, in any event, whether it's a small event or a large event, I'm thinking to myself, what do I want to accomplish? And then when I know what I want to accomplish, I'm visualizing that. Listen, my daughter Skylar, she's a gymnast. And this last weekend we had a gymnastics meet for her. And she's been working on 3 skills that we've actually been praying for at nighttime before bed. Now, I'm a big believer of praying for what you want, but then I'm even bigger about actually going after it and working towards it. Faith without works is dead, right? So, with that being said, when Skylar says, Mom, can we pray about my Wendy on the beam, my cartwheel, and my vault? Yes, absolutely. We're going to lift that up in prayer, but then we're going to go to work. We got to put feet to our dreams and to our activities. And so whenever you go into anything, you got to have the right state of mind. Okay, so you're walking to that wrap party. How do you see that wrap party going? How many people do you see there? How many people are wrapping? As you're giving your clothes, how many people are engaged with you, making eye contact with you? How many people at the end of the night are thinking, oh my gosh, I want to connect with her again, or I want to tighten, tone, and firm in my tummy. I'm going to put a customer order in. Or how many of them are going, oh my gosh, I want to launch my business. I love the Go promotion. I want to take advantage of that. That's called visualizing. When I was coaching basketball, every time we sat for the Star Spangled Banner around the 3-point line, across the free throw line, whatever the case might be, we'd pick a spot on the American flag and we would just focus. We'd focus and we'd start visualizing making the play, visualizing making that free throw from the free throw line. We'd visualize, hitting the 3-point shot, getting the rebound, getting the quick outlet and the, fast break down the floor. And so I really believe your mind has so much to do with your success. And at the end of the day, even Tony Robbins says 80% of your success has to do with psychology and 20% has to do with mechanics. So a lot of times we spend a lot of time trying to figure out how we can do it better. And at the end of the day, if we would just practice and put into play what we're learning, our confidence would grow, our psychology would get stronger, and our chances of closing the sale or finishing what we started would be greater. All right. So how are you able to close the sale? How are you able to connect? Well, you ask a lot of questions. You become a student of the person that you have sitting there in front of you. You're looking for their want, need, or hate. And if social media doesn't give that to you, then when you're sitting down in front of them, when you're on the phone with them, when you're Zooming with them, you're really looking them in the eyes and you're saying to them, so what are you looking for? Why are you here tonight? I love the wrap room because it's such a great opportunity for me to look into that person's eye and say, what brought you here tonight? What is it exactly that you're looking for? What product is it that drew your attention to us? Why would you give up a night being home with your kids to be here? Sometimes the answer is because it's a night with the ladies. Well, of course I get that, but I do know that we're busy. And so what would bring us out of that daily routine of what we need to get done to do something that we want to pursue? And so asking a lot of questions is going to be the right key. Are you married? Do you have kids? What do you do for work? Do you like it? Do you like your boss? Do you like the people that you work with? You'll find out right away if they're stressed. I honestly feel like when we go in the wrap room with people, and no matter how high up the ladder I got, the wrap room is where I wanted to be, because the minute I would say, okay, go ahead and lift your shirt up under your bra line so we can apply that wrap to your tummy. We're going to take before and after pictures. The minute I would say that is the moment that they would go, listen, this is why I'm here. Or, oh, I hate my job. I'm just miserable. And I would be like, oh my gosh, I didn't have to even ask many engaging questions. So take a little bit of interest. You'll be surprised what you find out. Just coming out of the Dallas boot camp and really spending a lot of times on the color personalities, I find that I'm not just applying the color personalities to blitzing. I'm applying the color personalities in the wrap room. I'm applying it from the front of the room when I'm giving the party pad presentation. I'm making sure to talk about the money because I know that's going to draw the reds. I'm talking about some of the details, whether it's the details of building the business or the details of the product line, or I have that stuff available for those greens. I'm talking about how many other people I've been able to help with this business, and that's going to apply to the yellows. I think about how much fun it is and all the vacations and the cruise lines and the parties that we're having, and that draws blues. So color personalities are going to be a big deal. If you're joining us for the first time and you've never looked into the color personalities, scroll down a little bit further into my page and you're going to see that video from Saturday at Dallas about the color personalities, but you're also going to see a quiz on how to take it and know what your color personality is. And then the other thing I would say is red is motivated by money, by competition, by promotions and bonuses, driven. A red is somebody that's going to go and ask questions later. A green wants details, ingredient lists, prices, and explanations. They want the details. A yellow loves helping others. They're very service-oriented. They love the team aspect. They love to know how they can support and how they can be supported. And a blue loves fun, friendships, team events, wrap parties, after parties, and every party in between, right? So think about that when you're thinking about who you're talking to, because again, it's not about who you are and what you know. It's about how you can relate and how you can get to know that person in the room. And quite frankly, I believe the more I know, the more I have so much to learn. And so it is my goal to ask so many questions so I feel like I have an upper hand, if you will, in that conversation. And you can't have an upper hand if you don't know who you're talking to, if you don't know what color personality you're dealing with, if you don't know their history, if you don't know their current status and where they want to go in life. So ask a lot of questions. All right, so let's look at some of these other notes. All right. All right, so here's what I want to do now. I am going to put my phone number right here on the page, and I'm going to ask to get a few callers. Let's see how this works. Never done this before. We'll do more of this if it makes sense. There's my phone number. If you have a question about how to connect, how to close, how to relate, I'd love to get a phone call from you now. So who wants to jump out and step out in faith, take some risks, and give me a call? My phone is on, and I'm waiting to get that first phone call. All right. Is anybody going to call me? Come on, put me on the spot right now. Do you have a question about how to connect, how to close, how to visualize? Maybe it's visualizing. It's getting your mind prepared as you go into that event. Oh my gosh, here we go. All right, here we go. Oh, now we're getting lots of calls. Hello from Dearborn, Michigan. Hi.
How are you?
I am so good. Who am I talking with?
This is Shonda. I'm actually in East Point, Michigan.
Oh, yay! All right, Shonda. What is the question that you have for me?
All right, so my question is about visualization. I have kind of been trying to for a while, but I can never get my mind to go where I want it to go, if that makes sense.
So, okay, so let's talk about visualizing. Give me an example of when you're trying to visualize.
Okay, so I'm trying to visualize either my day at the beginning of my day, the way I want my day to go, or visualize the end of my day, how I want it, maybe something to go that didn't go the way I wanted it to go.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Have you ever tried journaling?
Yes, I write all the time.
Okay, so when I first started visualizing, now granted, when I wasn't playing, when I was on the basketball court, I couldn't journal on the basketball court. But with my business, I literally have pulled out my journal and I just start journaling. So like I have journals all over the house, right?
Okay.
And I will literally write, because when I write, my mind stays focused. Are you having a hard time with your mind just like going all over the place?
When I'm visualizing, yes.
Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to pull out a journal and I literally want you to write. And as you're writing, like you're talking to yourself, but you're writing. Like, okay, so maybe you start out with your ideal day. Waking up at this time in the morning. What do I do next? What do I do next? And I want you to write that. Write it in sentences. Okay. I imagine myself waking up. Okay, and maybe it's for a rap party. All right, I'm heading into my rap party. This is what I see. These are the kind of people that are there. They're people that have money, not people that tell me how broke they are. They're people that the minute I walk through the door, they're like, oh, I'm so excited you walked in. And you might think that is so over the top, but listen, this is our dreams. This is our vision. We get to decide what we want that to look like, right? Mm-hmm. And I find if your mind is scattered and it's going to a lot of places, that's okay. Life is busy and we're drawn in a million different directions. So I would take up journaling and see how that works for you. What do you think about that?
I can definitely do that. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling in. Did you have any other questions?
No, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So we got question number 2. Does anybody else want to call us? We had 3 calls coming in at one time. So I'm looking for that next call. Oh my gosh, you're calling from New York City. Uh-oh. I got to figure out how to put you on. All right, oh, now I'm talking to Maryland. I don't know. We got lots of things. Are you on speaker? Hello? Okay. Stand by for just a second. We got lots of calls coming in. Okay, are you there?
I am.
Okay, are you from North Carolina? Where are you from? Uh-oh. Hello.
Hi,
Yay! I see someone calling from Texas. What's your name?
Tina.
Hi, Tina. Tell me who you are, and I know you're from Texas, and what's your question?
About the clothing.
The closing. Okay, great. What's your question about closing?
How do you do the clothing?
Wait, how do I do what closing? Be specific with me.
Like with parties?
That is a great question. First of all, I have a question for you. Have you downloaded the notes from your training academy?
Yes.
Okay. So have you read through that very bottom line? Do you have those in front of you?
Not right now.
Okay, so at the end of the party pad, you have that page where it says, and maybe I can pull it out for us. It says literally for you, uh-oh, I don't know if I have it right here in front of me. Here it is. Okay. No, that's not it. All right, so we're going to just talk about it because I don't know where that thing is. Okay, so at the end of the party pad, it says, do you want to become a loyal customer or do you want to be a distributor? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so are you okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. What was your first name again?
Tina.
Tina. What part of Texas are you in?
I'm in Dallas.
Oh my gosh, were you at our training this weekend?
Yes, I actually got a picture with you.
Yay! Okay, good. Well, I'm glad you called in. There's a gal calling from Salisbury, North Carolina, and I want her to know that I'm going to answer her question. She's going to have to be patient for a minute. Okay, Tina, when I get to that page in the book where it says, are you going to be a loyal customer or are you going to be a distributor? I literally read what's on there and I say, are you going to be a loyal customer? Are you going to take advantage of 40 to 50% off of savings? And it's kind of like a Sam's Club or a Costco member, except for It Works will waive that membership fee if you commit to purchasing product for at least 3 months in a row. It only needs to be one product each and every month. Now, I know you're going to fall in love with something. So when you start with one of our packages, then you get to decide what you want to use continuing each and every month. And so we start with the loyal customer program. And then I say, for those of you that know you want to use a product at wholesale, but you also have people that you know that would want to do this as a business, let's take a look at you joining the business. It's only $99. And at the end of the day, you might be asking yourself, why would I do this? And I want you to look at why wouldn't you do this? For $99, it's a no-risk investment. And at the end of the year, I would rather say, oh, well, I tried, than what if, right?
Right.
So that's kind of where I go there. And I talk a little bit about why I chose to join there. I know I've talked about it a couple times throughout the presentation, but that's kind of the close I use.
Okay.
Do you feel like that's something you can do?
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. Do you have any other questions, Tina?
Is that the same way you do it for like online parties?
Yes, definitely. I also add when I'm doing online, ask the person who invited, like get back with the person that invited you here.
Okay.
So.
Alrighty.
Yes, and here's the deal. Whatever group pages you're on, ask them. Say, do you have a one-liner that you use to close? I mean, I think we can always learn from each other.
Right. Alright.
Thank you, Tina.
Thank you.
Hello. Uh-oh. Oh.
Hi, Cammie.
Hi, who am I talking with?
Hi, my name is Ebony Peebles. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, well, it's so nice to talk with you, Ebony.
Hi, I had a quick question. For people who's currently, pushing for a rank,
Okay.
and they bring in a bunch of newbies, and we all know that they start off, at 400. How do we, encourage them to, to get their, first 4 loyals, but, with urgency, without pushing them away?
You know what? I think from the day one, when you sign up a new distributor, you're talking about the steps to success. Now, not necessarily in the presentation as much as soon as they get started, you're saying, Listen, we have a simple system that unlocks every penny in our compensation plan. And the first thing we got to do is get you signed up. You've already done that, so you're well on your way. The second step is we got to get 4 loyal customers. And those 4 loyal customers are going to allow you to earn each and every bonus our company throws at you. And right now we're currently running a bonus. And so while we have 30 days, let's get it done in the next 24, 48 hours, and then sit down with them and start messaging. Sit down with them and start contacting. I mean, I agree a party should be launched within the first 7 days, but at the end of the day, why not sit down with them right then and start contacting, messaging, text messaging, phone calls, where they have you as support there. It's like doing the old school three-way call, but you're right there with them. And if you're not, then get on Zoom and help them start contacting immediately.
Right. You have a really great point. Like, I find that it's much more easier when they are in the area, but I am, I'm struggling a little bit when.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Tammy?
Yeah. I just messed up. I was on the phone call with someone else and I somehow messed that up. Is this Ebony?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I am so sorry too. That might have been my fault.
It's okay. So, pretty much saying when there's people that's out of the area and you really want to help them.
Yep.
But it sometimes it's a struggle, trying to help them out of town. I guess, I don't know. I really need some advice on that. Because, I find that it's much easier when they're locally, but I'm still struggling with the whole,
I think, Ebony, I think you got to embrace technology. Like, I know it's not that belly to belly in person, but that's why I love Zoom. That's why I love Marco Polo. That's why I love FaceTime, because it's that face-to-face connection where they're building that real and raw relationship, So they might not be in your backyard and you're used to going into their home and helping them do that launch party, but, why not do the launch party through Zoom? Why don't they set their computer top up in front of their friends in their living room and you get to come right there with them? One of my favorite things to say is you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So whether we're in the same town, whether it's through the computer, whether it's through the phone, like, just be very intentional with treating that person the exact same as you would right in your backyard. And it might look a little different. You might not be there in bodily form, but you can be there in person through a screen, Yes,
ma'am. Thank you so much for the tips. I'm currently at work right now, but I really appreciate your advice.
You are so welcome. You're at work right now?
Yes, I am. I'm on break in my 9 to 5, but I just couldn't miss this, and I was like, I'm going to call your meeting because I really want the advice. So now I'm going to get back. But thank you very much.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, this is Cammie.
Hi, Tammy. This is Norma from Phoenix, Arizona.
Hi, Norma. How are you?
I'm doing amazing watching your live video and gathering all these tips. I'm super excited because I'm having a rap party this weekend.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Worldwide Rap Week. Woo!
So my question to you is there a certain order that you do your rap parties? I'm having distributors come over. We're just inviting all of our friends and family just so we can have a big old party this weekend.
I do. I have a major format I follow. Have you printed off the party pad notes from the eSuite?
Yes, I have those notes already ready.
Okay, so you're going to have to turn off your computer because I can hear myself talking through your computer.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Or mute it or something. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm yelling at myself. So have you printed off the party pad notes?
Yes, I have the party pad note and then the join the party notebooks ready as well.
Okay, so that's the exact outline I follow. So when they get there, we have them sign in and pay their money. And then we put the wraps on them. We don't put the wrap on them until we've collected their money.
Okay.
And then we do the presentation. And if you have multiple distributors there, you could have them all share like a couple of their favorite products. You could have them share a little bit about their story. But essentially, you're going to follow that party pad format. Are you still there?
I'm writing this all down.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm getting so many three-way calls that I'm just making sure I didn't disconnect you. And then after the party's over, you go back in the wrap room and then you're closing. I mean, I know that might sound really simple, but I want you to realize too often we overthink the process.
Yes, that is very true. I have a question for you. So from, training, I've heard that it's a good idea to hand everybody a catalog and to have them circle 3 things that they may be interested in. So we would do that during the presentation, right?
You know the part of the catalog where it says loyal customer and you talk about all the products?
Yes.
That's where I would have them do that.
Okay.
And before I switch the chart to then we talk about the how they can join.
Okay.
That's where I say to them, now look, we've only talked about a few of our products tonight. Let's walk through all of the different aspects of our product line. And as we walk through this, feel free to write down anybody you know that would want to use these products, or circle at least 3 products you want to leave here with tonight.
Okay. Sounds great. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Tanya. I really appreciate your time.
You're so welcome. Will you promise me to do one thing?
Yes.
I want to know how your party went at the end of this weekend, and I want a picture.
Woo-hoo! I'll take a picture, absolutely.
Okay, good. Okay, have fun.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh my gosh. The calls have been coming in. You guys are killing me. I'm going to take one more call. One more call. Hello, hello, hello.
One more call.
All right, I hear you. Who am I speaking with?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hey, hold on, let me.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I hear you. Who am I speaking? This is Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. How are you tonight?
Hello, everybody. I am good. I am having a Facebook online party tomorrow for my first time. I've been in officially today a year.
Oh my gosh,
So I'm
congratulations.
super excited.
Good for you. You know what I like to say? You've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right.
And so it sounds like you're doing something to step outside your comfort zone. I love it.
Yeah, this is the first person who's agreed to host a online party that we've had more than one person start to come. So this is going to be the first actual party that I've actually got to have.
Okay, awesome. Now
my question is, because you were talking about colors earlier,
Yep.
How would you implement that into your first party?
Okay, are you guys going to go
video after this?
Are you going to go live at all in your party?
Yeah, tomorrow I've got it set up. Like I've got some before and afters, like to do throughout the day. I've got a couple games for them to play throughout the day, and then I've got it set for like 7 p.m. for me to go live and just kind of do an interaction. But that way, for the people who aren't there in the evening, they're able to look at everything throughout the day still.
Okay, so when you go live, I want you to do 4 things, okay?
Okay.
I want you to talk about the Go promotion and how much money you can make with this business, and show the average income chart. That's going to adapt to the reds. I want you to talk about how many people have been so helpful, how your team, you work together, you're in business for yourself but not by yourself. Talk about how the company loves to give back and they have a ton of initiatives to raise money. I want you to talk about, we may be partying online, but we love to party in person. Last year, as a matter of fact, we rented the 2nd largest cruise ship in the world. You know, like, we like to work hard, but we like to play hard, and just really kind of get the fun aspect of this business involved in that conversation. And then the final thing I would talk about is just like, okay, so, you know, I'm sure maybe when you're talking about the wrap, you can talk about, I'm sure you're thinking, what does this wrap really do? I know that was something I was thinking. Listen, I can show you every ingredient that comes in the wrap. You can do your research, and you are going to die when you hear what these ingredients do.
All right.
Do you see how I'm kind of talking to the different color personalities throughout the presentation?
Yeah, I definitely do. Definitely do.
And what I would do if I were you is take your party pad presentation or your online party presentation and just make sure, does that speak to a red, a blue, or a yellow? Oh, that's a red. Okay, cool. How about the next one? Does that speak to a red, blue, or a yellow? That's a yellow. Perfect. I got yellow in there. You know, and then kind of keep going through that way.
That'll be perfect. Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. What was your first name again?
Crystal.
Crystal, that's right. Crystal, I'm so glad you called.
I'm so excited.
Make sure you screenshot your party when it's going on or have someone on your team do it and put it out there on social media. Everybody loves to know how to build this business. They just need to see what it looks like.
I definitely will, and it's going to be set to public, so it's good.
Well, tag me in it then.
All right, I will.
Okay, thanks, Crystal. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, everyone, I'm feeling happy. Why don't we do one more? Just one more. Anybody? One more. We still have over 300 people on this event. So one more person. Oh, here we go. Hello.
Pentecost Dempsey. Oh my God.
You have tried so. You've been trying over and over and over. I love this.
Cammy, I felt like old school 90s when I used to like call into the radio station. Like, I'm gonna get through.
I gotta tell you, the 90s are.
I just wanted to like hear your voice.
Oh my gosh, you are so funny. You're kidding me, right?
Yeah, it's Amy McClinchy.
Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm good. I am in Maryland, and gosh, I don't even know. I guess my biggest question for you would probably be, like, my head needs to get screwed on right when it comes to running my team, or not, I shouldn't say running my team, but, you know, I get wrapped up in, like, drama on my team, and, like, Melissa has told me 100,000 times over, like, don't mother them, you know, just enroll your loyals, enroll your CPs, keep your eye on the prize, like, keep your head forward, and I seem to attract, like, people that really need me for other things, of course, probably because I'm a nurse, but I don't know how to, like, keep it, I don't know how to be, like, a business person, because I'm a nurse, like, so I don't know how to, like, change that mantra, and I listen to a lot of, like, Kim Touchton, because I'm trying to, like, you know, she's got great leadership ideas and stuff, but I don't know, like, what...
How long have you been in this business?
2 years.
Okay, and what level are you at?
Double.
Okay.
But I lost my double, and I'm back at diamond, and I just want to be Perez. Like, I just...
Okay, so stop looking at double.
I want to get up.
First of all, can I tell you something?
Yes, tell me.
You were stripped of double because you were hanging on to it like a lifeline. You have to stop thinking of double, and you have to start looking towards triple and presidential. Like, sometimes when we're not really, honestly, when we're not walking in the calling that we've been given, then I feel like sometimes it's stripped away from us to realize we weren't supposed to be holding on to that anyways. We're supposed to be looking beyond that. Okay? And so I know you want presidential. I'm saying don't even look at triple. Look at Prez. Okay? The second thing I want you to know is you can look at this as numbers and and circles all day long, but at the end of the day, this is a people-driven business. So you're right. You might feel like a nurse, but you're also going to feel like a counselor. You're going to feel like I'm a teacher that felt like I was counseling with no degree. Because at the end of the day, if you don't get the person right, the business will never work. It won't. So stop trying to not be who you are. You are a nurse. God gave you gifts and qualities to want to take care of people. I'm not encouraging you to be codependent, but at the end of the day, he gave you the gifts and abilities to look at someone, see a need, and meet the need. And that's what's going to make you great in this business. And I don't want you to forget that. So...
It just made me cry.
Well, it's true. You can't deny who you are in this business. And the reason God brought you to this business isn't because you're like anybody else. It's because you're you. It's not because you're a Denise Walsh, a Stephanie Dunn, or a Cammie Dempsey. It's because you are you. Now, I love that you're following Kim Touchton because Kim Touchton's heart is for people. And a lot of people in our company is, but just hearing you say you follow her and you like her coaching. So part of why you're not where you are yet is because you're spending way too much dissecting why you're not there, instead of just getting out there and seeing who has a why and how you can help them meet their why.
Okay.
So there's a bit of yellow in you. You need to embrace that.
Oh man, I'm trying to deny it.
No, why? That's how God made you.
Because I want to be more business. Like, I just want to be more business because I feel like I don't know. I feel like if I were more business, that people wouldn't rely on me as much.
It's not true.
And I guess like I get sucked in, and then like drama happens, and I've been better about it lately. But like I just don't know. Is there like some like trick to it?
Here's a rule you need to follow. And it's so funny. I just got a message from one of my presidentials today that I personally sponsored. She said to me, she's like, da, 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 da. And she goes, okay, I'm sorry. That was my 2-minute BMW. Oh, my children are home. So, here's the thing. If somebody has drama going on in their life, at the end of the day, if we don't get the person right, the business will never work. But I think it's really exceptionally important that we say this, okay? You have an opportunity to have a 2-minute BMW, and that's a bitch, moan, and whine session. 2 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to get on to what are we going to do about it?
Oh, I love that. Okay. Perfect.
So again,
perfect.
People don't know they don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. So we want to show them that we do care. And you do need to be there for people. You do need to make calls sometimes, not just to see where their volume is, but to see how their kids are, especially if one of their kids is sick. Those are real reasons to connect in the business. But at the end of the day, if it's somebody that is constantly coming to you with drama, and it's not even real drama, like you got one girl over here whose dad is got cancer, and you got a girl over here who just lost a baby, and then you got a girl here who's mad because her sister-in-law is mean to her. Like, that's the girl you give a 2-minute BMW. You say, listen, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Get it all out,
okay,
and then let's go to work.
Oh, that's awesome advice. Oh my God, I love you so much. You are awesome.
When am I going to see
you? So awesome.
When am I going to see you? Are you going to come to New Jersey when I'm there in April?
I want to come. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you were coming in April.
I am, but you should come to Michigan boot camp.
No, I so want to come to Michigan boot camp.
Good.
I don't have my ticket yet because I'm pregnant with twins, but I'm definitely trying to get the okay to go. So
how far along are you?
7 months.
So you might have a baby by then.
Let's hope not.
I was going to tell you to stop making excuses and start making plans, but that's kind of walking the fine line.
I know. And it stinks because, and I hate to say this, because we waited so long to get pregnant. And because of it works, we are pregnant.
Yay!
But oh my gosh, it's the most amazing miracle story ever. But July is when they're supposed to be due.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm going to miss green carpet, too. So I need to get to Michigan.
So listen, that's a road trip. You get together a bunch of your girls and you guys road trip it. And I promise you we have great hospitals here too.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for answering my call, Kim. You made my night. It's so
You're
nice
welcome.
to meet you on the phone.
You're welcome. All right, everyone. Thank you. And I will catch up with you soon. Make sure you keep me posted if you're coming.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Cammie.
All right. Good night. All right, everyone. Oh my gosh, got to get these kids in bed. They just got home. Sports have been late. But listen, this is what I want to do. It's one thing to get on here and coach you and teach you, but I want to interact with you. I want to hear what your questions are. I want to know what you're thinking, what your wants, your needs, your hates, your frustrations. And this is how we're going to build it together. So I love you. We have so much of the month left, and let's go fast.